Hey Aries, welcome to your December X reading. I hope you're all well, happy, safe, doing great. Looking forward to the festive season. For those of you that do celebrate Christmas, I hope you have an amazing Christmas, a blessed Christmas with the people that mean the most to you, doing things you love the most. I'm so grateful for the beautiful energy and support and love you bring to Soul Embers. I appreciate you. I read all of your comments. I feel really humbled and so blessed to be part of such a beautiful community. You guys inspire me and motivate me to keep this going. So please do continue to comment. Not only does it help me better connect with your energy, which I use for future readings, it also helps me connect with you in a different way, knowing who's on the other side of this camera, right? Okay. Everything you need to know, it's all in the description box below. The readings, about me, about the channel, how to reach me for a personal reading. Feel free to check out the information in the description box. And if you're new to the channel, hi, my name is Andrea. I hope you find that message helpful and you choose to stick around for the journey. All right, Aries, what's going on with this X? What brings you here? What clarity do you seek? And what is it that you would like to know when it comes to this X? What is it that you'd like to know? What answers are you looking for, Aries? What's going on here? Let's see. What's going on with Aries? And to start off with, let's have a look and see, you know, if you're conflicted in any way when it comes to this X, what energy do you need to surrender? Surrender resentments. Holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward toward positive situations in your life. So, Aries, obviously something has happened here. They've pissed you off, or the Aries I'm connecting with at the moment, in a way where you're feeling really resentful. And generally, I find that feelings of anger and resentment come from a lack of us taking action when those red flags are quite apparent, and putting our belief and surrendering our control into the other person, trusting that they're going to do the right thing by us. And so when they don't measure up, or when they fall short of doing what we would have expected, we feel resentful, we feel angry. In some circumstances, that's how I find resentment and anger really does manifest. Really, we are disappointed at how they took our heart, how they took the trust that we put into them, and how they managed it or didn't manage it. And there is a deep disappointment surrounding that, and that's what I'm feeling. This comes down to a deep disappointment, and they've really angered you. So, you know, holding on to resentment, yes, we know it only poisons you, but it's also part of the process. And to come to a place of forgiveness, we need to lean into anger and resentment. We need to feel it. We need to experience it. But let this emotion be temporary. You know, let's not let it flood us. Let's not let it set up camp, right? Let's keep it moving along. It is a temporary emotion. We understand it. We'll surrender to it. We'll feel it. Feel the injustice. And then we want to take back all that control that we have given to someone else that has not been able to nurture, love, care for our feelings, our heart space, whatever it might be, our trust. Take that all back in and start to rebuild ourselves and forgive ourselves. You know, forgiveness. Forgive ourselves for entrusting something so valuable as whatever it was that we've given up. And then lovingly release them. That's their stuff. How they dealt with it is for them to manage. It's not for us to try and control, right? But again, easier said than done. So let's break this down and let's see what this is about. Sorry, too many cards fell out. So it seems like there is an opportunity in the month of December, Aries, for something new, a new opportunity to come your way, a very exciting opportunity. You know, it is manifesting. It's actually, the intention's already been set. It's on its way. If it hasn't already arrived, there's going to be an opportunity presenting itself that has the promise of long-term prosperity, the promise of a long-term, to build upon this long-term, right? And it's stable and it's consistent and it promises growth. You're able to maintain this. So what I'm sensing is that you're possibly closing out a cycle with this ex. Whether you want to reconcile or whether you don't want to reconcile, place the energy however it fits your situation, if the message resonates. But what I'm getting here is, in order for you to really take this opportunity that's presenting itself and make the choice to advance with it, we really need to surrender these resentments. It's going to hinder our ability to receive love and to reciprocate it. So if this is a new love that's coming your way, or a new opportunity for something long term, you may be still holding on to this resentment, which is lowering your vibration, and it's actually going to cause the new opportunity that's coming in. It's going to be deflected because energetically you're not in a space where you're able to receive. So the message I'm getting is, you know, by surrendering resentments, we're making space to lean back, to draw in our energy, lean back and allow for it to come to us without blocking it, whatever this is about. So let's have a look and see. Yeah, you know, it's here, but you're not holding on. You're holding on to something, this conflict, this inner, you're conflicted. I feel that maybe an ex is coming back around and has presented you the opportunity that's very promising, but you have a lot of conflict, and there is a inner conflict, as well as you have been through a lot of conflict with this person, that it's causing you to hold back and not want to take action, not want to accept this offer. You're not ready to forgive this person. You're not ready to let them in. You're not ready to risk this. You don't want to experience what you experienced before. I feel the trust is broken, and you're not too sure if you're in a position that you're able to restore this. In fact, I feel that when this person comes back in, if they haven't already, you're just going to get even further infuriated at their nerve that they would even approach you in at this time. Maybe it's still very fresh. Maybe after what they did, it's almost like, how do you ever come back from something like this? If this person really does want to come back, and you're really holding back, you're not expressing yourself, you're not able to let it go. You're not able to let it go right now, Aries, and that's okay. Yeah, you were waiting. I mean, the time it feels where they were able to offer you something to salvage this, it's kind of gone. I feel, Aries, you have really grown, healed, matured emotionally through this separation, or through the experience, the conflicts, the inner conflicts, the shadow work, whatever you want to call it, that you've done. There's been a period of time, and it only further embedded in you and made even clearer just how toxic this situation may have been, just how out of alignment it was, just how you weren't able to work together. And so now you're very cautious about moving forward with this person. Yet there is this element of really wanting to close this off in a way where you can finally release it and let it go, so you can experience love from a different perspective. I'm feeling that you want to let the bitterness go. You've been holding on to it for some time. There's this element of justice that's been served here. Yet even though they've come in and maybe offered you something new, you're still holding on to it. And that's why we often say that the healing needs to come from within. And no matter what the other party does, if we haven't been able to forgive them or forgive ourselves, it doesn't matter what they do, we'll kind of feel this sense of apathy. It's like, oh, well, okay, it doesn't have the impact we would have hoped for. Maybe there was a time where you were hoping that they'd come and they would apologize or they would talk to you and it would mean the world to you. Whereas now that it's here, it's almost like it's so anticlimactic. Like I feel nothing. That what's done is done here. This person has been waiting. They surrendered this. They kind of moved on. They were waiting to see what action they wanted to take. And I feel that as you started to remove yourself from the situation, or as you started to really close yourself off to them, because energetically I feel you started to really close yourself off, it actually did the reverse, which is the typical thing where they started to feel the pull towards you when you pulled back your energy. And they really want to close this off. They really want to kind of, it's karmic. They want to come back in because intuitively and emotionally they know that there's something here that balance needs to be restored in, and they're coming back in so that they can finally close this, what has been a painful experience, what I feel for both of you. At this time, they are trying to come up with ways to put the past behind them and look into the future. They may not know what the future brings with you, but they feel this urge to reach out. Yeah, they go between, they're so confused. They're stuck on you, Aries. They can't move on. They can't embrace the future. They go between really painful, repetitive, anxious thoughts about this, trying to find the answers, trying to gain the enlightenment, trying to surrender this, watching the days tick by, hoping that they will heal their thoughts. Their mental space is in a really, really dark place right now. And they go between, finally, I'm over it, to then lapsing. So they are drawn to come towards you, and it's more about their own sense of forgiveness for themselves than it is about you accepting them, is what I'm feeling. They feel that only you can set them free, but you're not sure whether you're willing to give into that. Sorry, I can't just spell. Give me a second. They're surrendering to their intuition. They are really they're going through their own spiritual awakening, I feel, Aries. They're going through their own spiritual awakening. Their intuition and their higher self is getting louder and louder. This connection is getting stronger and stronger. And they feel that you are definitely starting to close off, and that they're going to miss an opportunity if they don't find a way to surrender their ego and come towards you. They have come to realize that what was it worth in the end? They may have done something, and now they realize just how defeated they feel based on an impulsive decision, and they've been working on how they're going to restore this, how they're going to bring this back together. So Aries, the guidance for you, I'm feeling if there's a message for you to work through this in the month of December, to allow yourself to release this resentment. And it's got nothing to do with them. They're paying for their karma. Spirit wants you to know they're going through the justice here, regardless of whether you hold on to resentment or not. However, holding on to resentment is only preventing you from moving forward and being able to receive love and being able to have faith and believe that there is someone out there for you. If you want to reconcile with this person, it's that resentment that's preventing this from really coming together. But in the month of December, it's really important that you really choose what's yours, like choose your battles, that, you know, your headspace, your emotional space, and just the way we're processing all this at the moment, it just seems to be slightly out of alignment. I feel that you may be digging your heels in and not wanting to accept any communication, or you may not, if communication comes through and it doesn't come through in a way that you want it, you may be resisting it. Spirit is saying choose your battles, surrender this, just surrender it. Let it flow, let it come as it needs to. And then as it comes, you know, open yourself up to receiving whatever is coming your way, openly, without it having without an expectation of how it's should come in, because what that does is it allows you to really listen to the messages that are being communicated here, which will help you surrender resentment for your own self. Take from that what you want to further, you know, fight on. When I say fight, it could have, I'm not saying an actual fight, an argument. I'm saying what you're willing to invest energy into discussion with, and what you're willing to let go because it's just not yours to hold on to. If you're able to really choose your battles and really tap into your feelings and process the information as it comes through, you'll slowly start to find the equilibrium that you're needing to, so that you can move forward in a really, really favorable way. Maintaining your standard, maintaining your vibration, being a quality man or a quality woman. You'll be able to close out this cycle whether you come back into reconciliation or not. And it's done with so much class. But we don't want to feed into the resentment, which will cause us to lower that vibration and really stretch this out. I hope that makes sense. All right, Aries, I hope you found that helpful. Actually, I'm going to pull out one more card for you. Just the love message that Spirit has for you to keep in mind for the month of December when it comes to this situation, when it comes to resentment and accepting your blessings. Oh, gee. One more message. True love. This love is once in a lifetime. So Aries, you will know whether or not, what I'm getting from this message is that there is an opportunity for new love here. Now this could come from finally closing out a cycle with this ex and accepting new love because you finally surrender resentment, if you allow the energy to come towards you. Or it could have to do with finally having a discussion with this ex and coming back together because it really is true love. And that depends on your situation. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing month. Please do comment below. I love reading your comments. I do read all of them. I'll see you for your next lot of readings. Bye, Aries.